Hi, okay, today we're talking about symptoms, but there are so many symptoms associated with breast implant illness that I've decided to break this topic down into a 4-part symptom series. Stick around and watch all of the videos because it might help shed some light on what's going on inside your body. And in the 4th video, I share with you a really cool, simple tool that I created to help you figure out and track your own symptoms. So in this first video, I'm going to share with you about the physical discomfort and the stuff that's not so pretty. Please be aware that I will be sharing some very personal and vulnerable photos with you today, just so that you're not caught off guard somewhere in public with a big set of boobs on your screen. And if you're watching and you experience any of this stuff too, please know that you're not alone. Feel free to come into my private Facebook group, Empowered Explant, and talk about it with us. Okay, so what I originally noticed was the physical discomfort. So let's start there. Constant neck and back pain. OMG. A burning sensation that seems to always be there in my traps, my shoulders, my shoulder blades, and at the base of my neck. It's there right now. I have a super annoying muscle spasm in my left shoulder blade. It's like this constant, like, and it just won't go away, and there's nothing I can do about it, and it drives me insane. I'm almost unable to do anything that requires shoulder strength because I get a lot of pain in my shoulders. My shoulder muscles are extremely weak, and even though I know I need to strengthen them, I really struggle to do that because of the pain it causes me. And then it gives me headaches and migraines. So this is really frustrating, and my range of motion in my shoulders is decreasing too. And so on the topic of shoulders, here's what a little Google search brought up. The surgery itself and scarring from it can, for example, tighten the skin on the chest wall and form fibrous adhesions, which can cause shoulder joint dysfunction. This dysfunction can lead to improper joint use, in turn causing the joint to contract or tendinitis to develop. As I shared in my last video, I have a constant pulling forward of my shoulders, and it's very, very tight between my shoulders and my chest muscle. So this, along with the weight of my implants, they're friggin' heavy, let me tell you, is causing really bad postural issues that are getting worse and more painful. I also have a pain that shoots from my shoulder down my arm, and sometimes it goes into my hand and it causes tingling and numbness in my fingers. After consulting with surgeons about explant surgery and talking to them about the pain and numbness that I'm experiencing, I learned that it's likely caused by compression of the brachial plexus, which is a network of nerves that travel from the spinal cord in your neck through your shoulders and down your arm. Right? So it totally makes sense. This compression is caused by thoracic outlet syndrome, which is a group of disorders that occur when certain blood vessels or nerves are compressed. Symptoms of this include pain in the shoulders and neck, as well as numbness, weakness, and coldness in the fingertips. Sound familiar? So definitely had to Google this one. TOS has also been associated with breast implants, which may increase tension under the chest wall muscles and irritate the neurovascular tissue. Progressive postural decompensation with neurovascular compression. Physical therapy is usually helpful with this kind of issue, but when you've got implants in there causing the problem, physical therapy doesn't make that go away. I learned that in chronic cases, the brachial plexus can become permanently damaged, and women have lost function in their arms and hands. Fortunately, in my case, the removal of the implants and repair of the pectoral muscles should provide immediate relief. And with some good postural exercises after surgery to realign everything back to where it should be, I will likely be able to fully recover from this specific symptom. I'm really struggling to get comfortable sleeping. I'm wearing sleep bras to hold everything in, but I'm a side sleeper. So as you can imagine, putting any kind of pressure across them with my arm is really uncomfortable. So it takes me a while to get into a comfortable position. Another thing that affects me when I'm trying to sleep, and also just, well, all the time, is the pressure on my chest. Okay, so it's this constant weight that's pushing down on my chest. That's what it feels like. It kind of feels like when you're at the gym and you've got like a barbell laying across your chest. It makes me feel like my breathing is constricted. I also frequently feel pain and like a burning sensation inside my breasts and behind my nipples. It comes and goes in waves, and sometimes it just hits me and it's like oh shit, like it's hard to explain, but it's just there. And it's really concerning because I don't know what's going on inside there, but I know that can't be normal. And this is really affecting my workouts too, because I get a lot of pain and discomfort inside my breasts after working out, especially depending on what kind of exercise I've done. And kind of like this weird feeling that my implant is moving or it's out of place. I really struggle to do any kind of exercise that involves my chest muscles, like push-ups or even chaturangas in yoga. That's a really difficult one. I actually hate even pushing myself out of a swimming pool. You know, when you're in the pool and you've just got the edge of the pool, no steps or anything, and you have to push yourself out, I will not do that. This brings me to the physical aesthetics, where I'm going to show you photos of what I'm actually seeing. Like I was saying, I won't push myself up out of a swimming pool anymore because of how it looks. And this is why. This is what it looks like when I flex my chest muscles. When I do a push-up, when I push open a heavy door, when I chest press some dumbbells, when I'm in a yoga class, it looks like it's really pulling my boobs up and outwards, and it really does feel as bad as it looks too. So what's happening when I flex my chest muscles is it's causing the implants to shift. This is called breast animation deformity, aka BAD. Can you guys believe that that's actually the acronym for this? It is the right acronym. So here's what Google says. Breast animation deformity, BAD, is a condition in which the shape of the augmented or reconstructed breast changes or is distorted during contraction of the major pectoralis muscle. The distortion may lead to varying degrees of widened cleavage and upward or superlateral implant malposition and asymmetry. The only way to fix this is to have the implant removed and the pectoral muscle repaired. I am praying that this will no longer be an issue after my explant surgery. Next, my skin at the top of my breast is stretching because of the weight. I have some stretch marks forming, and I have an indent in this area here from the pull of gravity. So I wear sports bras every day and sleep bras every night to avoid getting more stretch marks. I have really visible rippling on the sides, underneath, and even in the cleavage of my breasts, where you can actually see the implant rippling under the skin. It kind of reminds me of a plastic bag filled with water. And Google says that implant rippling happens when the edges, folds, and wrinkles of the breast implants can be seen through the skin, often around the cleavage and sides of the implant. Implant rippling is most common with saline implants, but silicone gel implants can also have this problem. Oh, this is quite funny to me because I remember when I had my implant consultation with my surgeon originally, he advised against saline because, well, it's more prone to rippling. And he told me I'd likely not have that issue with silicone. Well, buddy, thank you for your sound advice, but this silicone is definitely rippling. You can really feel the implant and the rippling too on the sides and underneath. So as you can imagine, I'm very conscious about it. And it causes me to feel self-conscious when I'm naked or during sex or in a bikini. And I just absolutely hate the feeling of this plastic foreign nastiness inside my body. Okay, that's all for part 1 of my 4 video series on the symptoms of breast implant illness and what I've been experiencing as far as the discomfort and the aesthetics. Please hit like on this video if you found it helpful and insightful, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss what's coming next. In the next video, we're going to dive into the symptoms that aren't quite as obvious, the ones we may go through years of our lives suffering with without even knowing that our breast implants could be the cause. Remember, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments here or come into my private Empowered Explant Facebook group where you can comfortably and safely talk about what's going on with a group of women who are all in the same boat. Until next time, happy Google searching. I'll see you soon.